Yeah, I mean, I'm always going to say it's always a tough job what the refs have to do. It's a quick game out there. Lots of things going on. They got lots to watch, and there's only 2 of them. So, you know, I think overall, I think you just want to see some consistency. Consistency from game to game, consistency throughout the night, from period to period. I think that's what everyone's striving for. Obviously, they're human too, and they have their own opinions, and you know, see the game maybe a little bit differently. But I think overall, you just want that consistency. And again, it's such a hard job, and you know, they're never going to be perfect, but you know, they do the best they can do.
I know Ken Holland was saying kind of comes down to calling the rule book, but hockey is a game of interpretation of the rules, obviously. Is it possible to call the rule book, or does it vary, do you think, from game to game?
That's a good question. I think you know, you obviously want to call the rule book. That's what it's there for. You know, if you call each and every one, I think you know, there's lots of penalties, but if there's lots of penalties, there's lots of penalties. That's just the way it is. You know, I think the rule book's there for a reason, and you know, you want it called with, you know, integrity, and if you let guys get away with certain things, you know, they're going to keep getting away with it. I mean, it's again, it's a tough job, and something that I don't envy, but yeah.
Against the league's 3rd highest scoring team. Anderson. Oh, big hit on Kempe by Connor McDavid, and that's going to be a boarding penalty.
And, you know, from our vantage point here, you could see that face go right into the glass, and he's leaking. He got shaken up on that one. No question about that. He's going to get up on his own 2 skates and head over to the bench for some repairs. And Kempe's had a pretty event, Mikko Koskinen, and here's Connor McDavid, just, you know, kind of catches him in the shoulder, but a little bit from behind. They're having a discussion whether or not Connor McDavid is going to be escorted out of this game, and it looks like he's going to be. Wow. This is going to be a 5-minute major, it looks like. Not sure I like that, but
play now is under review.
Well, they're going to review it.
Yeah, they're going to take a look at it to question whether or not this should be a...
You talk about a game changer here.
Actually, I see a different angle. He did hit him a little more in the numbers than I thought he did. I thought he caught the far edge of the shoulder, but on second take... Listen, Connor McDavid's the fastest guy in the league, so any kind of contact with him, there's no question that Kempe's back is turned to him. I think in his mind he's trying to take the right shoulder of Kempe, but he does dig in a little bit too in the center. This angle will show it here. And yeah, there's no question, that shoulder right in the numbers. And he did go face first into the glass, bloodied on the play. Don't like to see it, but there's no question that's a hit they want to take out of the game.
Well, and if McDavid's taken out of the game, Louis, not only is it a 5-minute major, and the Kings are on the power play.
Best player out of the game.
Exactly, and the league's second leading scorer. I mean, it's a weapon suddenly out of your arsenal to get this game tied.
And here's the thing, things happen fast. How many times have you ever seen McDavid hit someone in the numbers? I mean, he was turning in the motion, but he
They're
caught him.
reviewing the play. Major in the game is counted for boarding. 97 Edmonton.
Yeah. And, you know, I got to agree with this call. I do, only because of the nature of it and where he hits him in the numbers. And it's just above, right in the middle of the back, face first into the glass. He bloodied him on the play.
Tossed in by Carson Soucy, who I thought, Louis, was instrumental in Seattle's win here a couple of weeks ago. Big hit.
No call on that one either.
Just got run into. And now
he wants to go. They're going to fight Lauzon and Sceviour.
Skinner made a save, and now Lauzon pounding away on Colton Sceviour, who's trying to get started as he gets into his grill and was looking for the uppercut. Sceviour wanted it, and Lauzon landed a couple of quick shots.
Well, once again, Wes McCauley and John McIsaac tonight don't have their eyes open. That's 2 calls in my account they've missed early in this game on the Seattle Kraken. And for Lauzon, listen, he knew right away as soon as he hit Sceviour. Sceviour didn't like it, gave him a couple of cross checks. Lauzon's a tough kid. He gets up, he plays a hard game, he's going to throw down. But there should have been a call initially on this one. Takes this puck, his back's already to Lauzon. There's no reason for him to hit him in the numbers there. And last time we saw that hit, Jack, it was a 5-minute major to Connor McDavid. But I like Sceviour's reaction. He doesn't take a penalty, takes a few right hands from Lauzon, no question about that. But we'll see how they sort this one out, but they better wakey early up in the game.
This is under review.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jeremy Lauzon looking up at the scoreboard.
We're going to take another look at it here, and for me, it's how much time you have, and there's just no reason to slam a guy face first into the boards when his numbers are already to you. It's a hit that I personally think they need to get out of the game. Obviously, with the call to McDavid, the best player in the game, they give him a 5-minute major game misconduct. You think that sets the tone for the call? Obviously not. Coincidental.
Goal. However, the script could have been very different, Kevin. Jeremy Lauzon, a big collision in that first few minutes on Colton Sceviour. What was your thoughts? Because no call on the play. What did you make of it, the hit?
Well, my thoughts is Wes McCauley's ref in the game tonight. He's one of the most popular referees for a reason because he usually lets things go. This is close, right? On first initial look, it looks like it's a hard board, but if you slow it down a bit, I would be okay with the boarding call, but I'm kind of okay because he kind of just with his forearm pushes up against the glass. It looks a little bit worse than it is, but then Sceviour gets up and they end up fighting. So not a great hit, not super clean, but I'm okay with Wes's judgment here because he's let a lot of hits go both ways in this game.
All right, anyone disagree? Want to jump in?
I don't like the hit at all. Sorry, guys.
No, you go ahead,
I don't like it whatsoever. That is exactly what we're trying to get out of the game. We've been talking about it for 2, 3, 4 years now. Any hit from behind like that, he saw the numbers, and that shouldn't be in our game any longer.
And to be comment as well, I think that Lauzon, he had the time to assess. It wasn't those, he had the time going in towards him on the board, so I think he had time to make that decision.
And a lot of Oiler fans are jumping in and saying, well, McDavid got 5 in a game for something less, horrible than that. Any thoughts comparing the two at all?
My thought is, Dave, you spend too much time on Twitter.
I thought about that too. Kevin, what do you make, though?
Agrees. Well, yeah, Sceviour, if you see that again, he sees Lauzon's coming. So he kind of braces himself, and I think he wants to protect himself. And it's just it's a big, strong guy that kind of overpowers him. But he sees him coming. He protects his puck with his back. And I just don't think he expects how strong Lauzon is. But it's not a great hit. It's not something that we obviously want in the game. But in this instance, in this game, the way it's being called, he let it go. Wes let it go. We let the Cassian hit on Dunn go, which was also maybe a charge or a blindside. So it's going both ways.
All right, fair enough. Meanwhile, again, the big theme we keep talking about with the Oilers is goaltending. Do they have enough? What's the state of their goaltending? Kelly, walk us through what we saw early on in this game from Stuart Skinner.
Okay, this is a big game for Skinner because after a great game on Thursday, he beat Columbus. He gets a second consecutive start, and what you're trying to do is earn the trust of the coaching staff and your players. Although Donato has a great shot, as Louis said, and he does change the angle, this is not the first shot of the game that you want to give up as a goal. And so this is one that Skinner's going to have to fight through. He only faced 7 shots. The second goal clearly wasn't his fault, and he made the nice save on Tanev, but that was not a good goal in a way in which you want to earn that trust of the coaching staff. But I'll give him this. He is fighting.
Yeah. As I said, Kel, like that save right before they tied it, I think you probably sit there and say you've evened yourself up in the eyes of the teammates with that one.
Yeah, that's a great point by both you guys. He's been battling. What happened on the 2-0 goal, though, Kevin?
Well, Kelly's seen this goal more than anybody because this is Gretzky's office. So Everly gets the puck behind the net. The universal way of defending this is a D on each post, and then the D on the one side forces the player to his backhand because it's a lower percentage play. Ceci forces him to the backhand, but Leginson's not patient enough to let Ceci recover back to the slot to get McCann. So on first glance, it's Ceci's fault, but it's really Leginson who has to be a little bit more patient and allow Ceci to come back. It's a great pass by Everly, though.
I thought you were going to blame Shabbat. For those of you who saw the early game.
Hey, don't be so soft, David. Don't be so soft.
Nobody's soft here.